In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Our most gracious Heavenly Father, we come to you today to praise and worship you and give you thanks for all the things you continue to provide for ourselves and our families. Father, we humbly ask for forgiveness for all the times you have offended you. Continue to guide and protect us, Lord. Bestow upon us your unending grace and healing, that we may in turn become instruments of gentleness and compassion to others. We ask all this in the name of your Son, our Lord Jesus Christ, with prayer and intercession of our Blessed Mother. Amen.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اللهم اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. اللهم وحد صفوفنا بين المسلمين والنصارى واللوماد إلى صراطك المستقيم. اللهم امنحهم العيش بالأمن والسلامة والتنمية المستدامة في مدينة دافاو. اللهم لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Amoy nen manama kami gimot tolangon. Manotod kakaroson no. Si koikaw kami dokul tolangon. Huwag migtumpi to tana. Si koikaw kami bohoy to kopianan tolangon na mooto. Pusako kapusuno kana akong to pabulos koy. O agbuyo koikaw huwag bohoy kat pabor. Kahalaan kalinaw to kanami. No pag-ugpo huwag kasabok kakoy oyot kalambo. Kay kuro tamana kakodin panubado yung pag-ampo, kaupianan ni boy no, way kakoy kong imo no, way kahalaan ka lang.
Hello, maayong buntag to everyone here from ABM 6, 7, and 10. And welcome to our makeup class, our first of two makeup classes for November. No? So, ang first kay karon, then ang second kay next week on November 3. Kachuk lang kay Murag, anong hiwi? Hiwi ang akong kamera. Kachuk lang. Anyway, so I hope that all of you are safe and well in your homes, and that you are wait, saba. Ano ano ang Google Meet karon kikilala meet ko sa mga estudyante oy. Ano sometimes kay pwede naman na kanang diretso ra sa makasulod ngano karon kay kailangan jud siya i-admit. But anyways, I have a slight cough, so I apologize for that. Anyway, so yeah, so today we will have our first of two makeup classes for the third session. So for today, we'll be tackling the last part of animal reproduction and the rest of genetic engineering. And by next week, we will be tackling, on Friday next week, we'll be tackling um, the last topic, in which will be on evolution. So those all of those topics, including the major PT topics, no. So that's why I'm asking all of the groups of all the sections here. So please download your presentations as PDF files and then upload them in your respective Google Classrooms. Same as what we did before sa kung ano sa first session, no, because these will serve as the learning materials of your classmates for the exam. Okay, again, your major PT is also part of the exam, only like an equal part compared to the other topics. So pari-pareho ra just la og weight, no. So um that is why I always encourage you that during the presentation of your classmates, you always listen sa ilaha kay ngano magpa-major PT lugar ko nga kung walay sense, di ba? Anyways, and then right after today, I'll be assigning you your quiz on animal reproduction. Kay mo man naman jud siya. And then on maybe by next week, no, on the 31st, because technically the 31st is not a holiday. It was not declared as a holiday by our government. However, we all consider that you will be in your respective homes and respective families during that time. So I will only assign on the 31st, I will assign the quiz on genetic engineering on the 31st. On Friday, dayon, on November 3rd, we will have our makeup class on the last topic. And then right after that, we will have your, or I will assign to you your quiz. Now remember, um, you are only allowed to take the quiz once. Because I noticed nga, there are people who take the quiz multiple times because our Google form admits good. No. However, I will only record the first attempt, o ang pinakaunang attempt sa inyong quiz. So you can redo and redo the quiz, but the grade that I'll be recording or the score that I'll be recording will be the very first attempt that you make sa quiz. No? So hindi naman kayo. It's a way for you to relearn and relearn the things that you may have not, you may have forgotten. That's a way for you to review. But again, first attempt lang ko i-record. And what's pa na akong final reminders kay dugay natin ta dili makita. Mara matingalito. And then eventually the deadline for your consequently the deadline for your minor PT, which will be your kanang katong activity sheets, no, same na gyapon PDF gyapon sa activity sheets. Please be reminded that I will not check your minor PT if it is not in PDF or in Google Doc format. Kung picture gali na, di na ko na-checkan. Kay mag-loading jud akong Google Classroom. Kay daghan biya kay mo UR. I handle like 500 students baya. So, mag-loading jud akong Google Classroom, magpuno akong Google Drive. And in addition, I will not check activity sheets nga walay pangalan. Nganong dili man sulatan og pangalan? Uy. Write your name, your section, and who is your teacher. Ako no teacher. So get to know your teacher. Ha balag dili complete name, balag ano lang apelyido, that would be fine. So mura to siya akong file reminders. So good morning everyone. May I hear your voices now? Good mornings, ABM 7 and 10.
Good morning,
Good
ma'am.
morning, ma'am.
Morning, morning.
So I have a slight cold, no. So pasensya na lang jud if like during the duration of our class kasi ko inana pero inana or sometimes muubo ko because again I have a lot of phlegm in my throat right now. So pangit siya na moment. In addition, it's already Friday, so it's okay. Alright, sige, magbigyan na ta kay. So that early ta mahuman, early ta magsugod, early sa ta mahuman. Let's go to the human reproductive system. I believe we are done with the humana ta sa female. Ang male na lang ang baliktad. Humana ta sa male, ang female na lang ang kulang, no? So wait a minute ha. Let me get the presentation. Ayan. All right. Ayan na siya. Can you all see my screen? Can you thumbs up if makita ninyo? Makita ninyo akong screen. Okay, good. Thank you so much. All right, so just a little bit of a quick review. Last time that we saw each other, we were able to tackle the first part of the human reproductive system. This is just an overview because I think you have learned this. I think lang because I cannot really confirm, but I think you have already learned this in junior high school. But I have interviewed some of you and I asked if the heart-to-heart ba ninyo sa Google Classroom, sorry, in junior high school, and somebody told me, there were a number of you who told me nga, wala. Or naka-module siya, but you don't remember anything from the modules that you answered in junior high school. So, but we will not go so much in depth on the human reproductive system because you will tackle more of this in college, I believe. So this is sort of like an overview, things that you should learn at your age. Kay naman of course, kabalo biya mo nga, na ay uban sa inyo who are very curious about yourselves, which is only natural because that is your own body. No, it is natural to be curious of your own body and its capabilities and all that. Unsa iyahang ko ang task, no. By the way, I forgot to mention that to those who are not here sa katubitong na training for the intramurals and all that, tell them not to worry because I'll be providing the recording of this session so that you can watch it during their free time after their training. All right, so let us review. So during our last meeting, we talked about the male reproductive system, no, and we have all of these parts. So I think a very obvious ani is, like for example, a very obvious ani would be the external the male reproductive system is, it's very obvious, or it's very how do I say it? It's something that is canny. Dili siya uncanny, but it's canny. What does that mean? Because the male reproductive system is primarily external, meaning it can be seen sa gawas. Oo. So, naa siya, of course, ang iyang shaft or the penis, the one that you can see visibly, and also the testes, no? So, sa Bisaya pa ni mo ni ang utin ug ang itlog. Oo. Kabalo ko nagkatawa mo dira sa inyong balay, no? Pero ayaw jud igna inyong mamagpapa nga, ela jukit ka kung teacher mao awa iyang topic because this is purely science, all right? Science siya. You can find this in your own body. So this is of course, the penis. This is the main reproductive organ. This is the one that is used for, well, number one, it is the erectile, how do I say it? It is the reproductive part that has erectile tissue. Mao ni siya amo insert into the vagina. So it delivers the semen into the vagina. And in addition, no, kini siya naa diri makita ang imuhang not vas deferens, or the urethra. The urethra is the passage of both of your semen and your urine. So duha iyahang purpose ana niya, no. The urethra, let me get the pointer. Ay, dili ko pa zoom in. So that's so sad. Okay, ana na lang. So this urethra is then connected to your bladder. This is the one that we talked about yesterday, so renal system, no? The bladder is where your urine is stored, okay? Dili man pwede nga pagkahimo sa imong urine from the what you call that, from the kidneys, di ba na pwede diretso nga muihi na lang ka, no? Diretso. Because if that is the case, if you're gonna if you have no bladder, then you will always go to the CR, or pwede sa nga dito ka magpuyo ay sa CR. Of course not. So the urine will still be stored here inside the bladder first. So muna connected ang urethra, ang imuhang the whole tube into the bladder. And at the same time, ang imong bladder is connected to the seminal vesicles. So kini siya nga kuan right here, kini siya nga tubo ana connected to the kini mo seminal vesicle basically is like the seminal bladder wherein the semen will be stored before it is released. So in ana siya kang syan daw na ma'am. Huy, kamo bitaw. All right. So kini sa imong seminal vesicle, it is connected to your vas deferens. Kini siya right here. This tube right here. This vas deferens is connected to your testes. Kay dara magikan imong sperm, no? So, danha ang gikan imong sperm, and then ang semen gikan sa imong seminal vesicle. Kana siya. So, if you ever injure your testes or testis, testes is in like the plural form of testis. If you injure one or both of them, then there is a possibility nga mabaog ka or you will become infertile ang lalaki. Oh, sorry, not infertile. Infertile is the wrong word. Infertile is for women, and for men, it is. Oh, I forgot. Wait a minute. I forgot the term for men. It says in Google it's still infertile, but in medical term, it's not. It's different. I forgot the medical term for that. But and previously, I talked to you about this procedure, this medical surgery called vasectomy, wherein if the man does not want to get to not to get, but the man does not want to impregnate anyone anymore, like di na siya gusto magkaanak ever, then he may choose to get a vasectomy. Vasectomy basically no sa pangalan pa lang vas and ectomy. Ectomy means any word that has the suffix ectomy means na ay gi-cut, no, na ay giputol. Kung vas gani, it pertains to your vas deferens, no, the agianan of your sperm. So when you say vasectomy, it means gi-cut ang vas deferens. So that is the procedure kung dili na gusto magkaanak ang lalaki or maka-impregnate ang lalaki. That's vas deferens. Now remember, for the men, vasectomy is forever, no? So if you make that decision, that decision is your final decision. Ha? Charot. Of course, magstorya ta anak kay dako na baya mo, no? You are free to make your own choices na. Charing. So let us go to our kana na siya. We'll not talk about this anymore. So let's go to trivia question. Especially for the men, no. How much sperm is in semen per ml? Remember, ang sperm is the cell itself na maka-fertilize imong egg cell, no? The sperm cell is the cell that fertilizes the egg cell, and the semen is the vehicle of the sperm, no? Mo niya sakyanan. Now, ang question is, pila ka buo ka sperm cell ang naa sa usa ka milliliter of semen? Sige daw, B. Pasikati daw ko sa inyo mga answers, B. Especially for the boys sa chat box. Pila ka buo ka sperm sa usa ka ml? Sige daw. Kung mo ko sa answer, i-guess lang. Just guess. Oh, ano sila? Ano si Roy? 100 million. Ano si Jocelyn? Billions. Wow. Talented kayo mga boys. Billions, Jude. Ha. Ano si Fatima? 20 million. Hoy, asa na ubang lalaki? Hoy, mag-answer mo kay inyo ha. Baya ni. This is yours. No? So, if wala ka kabalo, then this is your time to shine. This is your moment. 200 million. Ana si Venera. 2 million. Ana si Angel. Si Sophia, 226 ml. Ha? Say 226 ml. ml is a unit of volume. Sophia, 15 million. Oh, very good guesses. Hoy, mga lalaki, asa man mo? Ana si Adrian, 150 million. Very good guess. Naarami, ma'am. Oo, so may answer ni mo, Shan. Ana si Lakeisha, 15 to 200 million. Oh, very good. Very good guesses. Dili daw maihap. Oh, next time ha. Tanawan ninyo sa microscope. Pinakabuok. Sorry, joke lang. All right. So actually, you have very good guesses. Very good guesses, no? It's actually around 40 to 300 million per ml of semen. Di ba? Inanaka-talented ang mga lalaki. Yay! So, inanakadaghan ka sperm cells ang ilahang gina-eject per milliliter of semen. So, of course, dili lang man na 1 ml ang ilang gina-release per ejaculation. Of course not. It's around 5 ml to even 10 ml, or sometimes even 15 ml. So that's like a teaspoon to a tablespoon. Teaspoon is 5 ml, tablespoon 15 ml. So it's around that amount. Oo. Hoy girls, dapat di pa mo kabaluan ni, bantay lang ang mga bai ha. Dapat pa mo kabaluan ni. Kay kung kabalo na mo ani pagpusion ta mo in person, face to face. Charot. Okay. So that is your male reproductive system. Ayan. Let's go to the female reproductive system. Kini siya kay much ang female reproductive system kay medyo mysterious ni siya even sa girls, no, because we don't really look at ourselves down there a lot, di ba? Di ba, girls? Di ba? Di, ask gali inyong selves, gatanaw ba mo sa inyong hangkuan reproductive system from time to time? Have you seen yourselves? Wala pa, di ba? Nag-thumbs down good si Angel. Oo, sakto jud. Wala pa mo dyan kakita, no? Because, well, it is covered, no? It is covered, and kuan siya, medyo secret kaayo siya. It's not the same as the boys, no? So if you have not seen your kuan yet, your reproductive system yet, then karon mo na ni siya ang moment. This is the moment. Ayan. Now, in the female reproductive system, you have the following parts. This is the internal, no? Internal ni siya. So, ang internal na akay vagina, of course, the vagina is basically the passageway of either the penis, your menstrual blood, or your baby. No? So, naa siya 3 purposes. So, ina na ka-powerful si vagina. Now, if at rest, your vagina is only 3 to 4 inches tall, or long, not tall, long. Do I have a ruler here? I don't have a ruler here. So, kung mayroon ka 3 to 4 inches, 3 to 4 inches lang, mga inaani lang siya kataas, no? Perfect kani siya kay kuan, ruler man siya pero kuan. Oh, sakto jud siya. This is 4 inches kani siya. This one. So inani ra actually ka taas ang inyong vagina for the girls, no? But it's amazing because ang atong vagina is very flexible. It is so flexible. So it is made up of it's made up of muscle basically, no. But this kind of muscle is stretchy. Stretchy siya nga muscle. No, stretch siya. So it's very strong. So it can accommodate more than 4 inches, no? It can accommodate 7, sometimes even 12, no? Nga siya amazing sa iyang length. Sa iyang width, maka-accommodate siya o at most usa ka ruler. Ay na siya ka-powerful, no? Because of course, dara man gigawas ang baby nin. Sometimes ang atong mga babies dagko kay sa ulo. Sometimes mga sila mga 6 inches or up to 12 inches ina sa kadako. So the vagina is the passageway, but it's not only a very simple passageway, it is a very strong passageway. Yan. And then, of course, you have this opening, no? This is what you call your cervix. Kano na diri point of cervix? Ano man diri? This is the cervix right here. Kani siya. Okay. Kini cervix, this is actually the division between your vagina and your uterus, no? So, kani siya is, mura siya, if you're going to Google pictures of this, if you're going to Google pictures of the cervix, it looks like a donut. Oh, masyadong donut. Mayroon a circle and then siya opening. Now, the cervix is basically the one that is being swabbed when you perform or when the procedure called pap smear is performed sa imuha. Have you heard of this procedure? Pap smear? Kadawag na ba mo ani? Thumbs up daw if yes, thumbs down if no for the girls. Wala pa sa kadungog. Sige na kay bata pa man sad mo, no? But in the future, when you become sexually active, in the future, dili karon, bantay lang. In the future, when you become sexually active or you have a family of your own, you start having kids and all that, you have to have your pap smear done. Now, what is pap smear? Basically, the doctor will take like kanang taas kay siya nga taas siya nga kanang earbuds bitaw. Pero di siya earbuds ha, but it looks like a really tall earbud. And then iyahang iswab sa imuhang cervix. And usa may kung ano niya, nganong iswab ba niya? Tanawan niya if naabay ka ng mga ano dadto mga abnormal secretion, like for example naabay bacteria dadto nga dili dapat naa dadto, or naabay evidence of sexually transmitted diseases naa dadto. So mao na siya ang imong pap smear. So the cervix is the one that is being smeared there. So mao na imong cervix. And let's zoom in kay para maka-zoom in mo. Let's go to the uterus, no? Kini uterus mauni siya dinhi magbuo imuhang baby. Ayan, dara na siya. So, and then you have here on either sides of the uterus, you have your ovary right here. Kani siya. Ang agianan sa imong ovary is called not ovary, sorry. Ang agianan sa imong egg cell paingon sa imong uterus is called your fallopian tube. So kining ovary right here, during your menstruation, girls, no, magpili ra na imong lawas kung asa dapit na ovary ang mo-release og egg cell for today's video for this month, no. Sometimes naasay uban nga both the right and the left ovaries will release an egg cell. Pwede na sad na siya. So like for example, if you're talking about like twins or triplets or quadruplets, that is because ang both ovaries kay nag-release na siya egg cell, dili lang ang usa. Oo, so mo na siya. But it depends on what kind of twins or triplets or quadruplets, no. It depends if it is identical or not identical. Kung identical na siya, they come from the same egg cell. Kung not identical, they come from separate egg cells. Kana bitong mga twins bitaw nga dili pareho nawong kana sila, or dili sa pareho og gender, dili sa pareho og sex, dili siya puro female ana. So that would mean that they come from two different na egg cells. But if they are of the same sex and they look alike, then they are identical. They come from the same egg cell. So what happens here is you have your ovary. It is being released through from the ovary. The egg cell, sorry about that. The egg cell is released from the ovary and it will go through the fallopian tube. Mo ni siya during your before your menstruation 14 days before your menstruation, mo gawa si egg cell, mo agi through your fallopian tube. Magstay din siya diri kang uterus. It's either here on the side or here on the other side. Mupikit pa na siya dan Now, while mapikit na siya dara, ang magpakapit kanang egg cell would be your progesterone and your estrogen, no? Kana sila nga duha ka hormones. Remember, your estrogen is your female presenting hormone and your progesterone is a supporting hormone of your estrogen. So, pag taas sa progesterone, makabuo din na siya dara og lining, no? It's a tissue, blood-rich tissue. Because eventually, if during that time nga fertile ang babae, ma-insertan siya penis, then maka-release og sperm ang iyang semen, na mudagan-dagan ang sperm, mag-swim towards the uterus, ma-fertilize ang egg cell, mahimo dayong zygote ang egg cell and eventually mahimong baby. And kato dayong lining, katong tissue, nga blood-rich tissue, will become the placenta. Ano siya. However, if during your fertile moments, during your fertile time for that month, wala ka na buros, thank God, bata pa mo, dili pwede. Okay, wala mo na buros. So what happens is, ang imong uterus, it's gonna get rid of that lining. And how does it get rid of that lining, that blood-rich lining? It will get rid of it through your menstruation. So, dugon din ka. Maunang, dugon ka. Kaya kana siya is actually a preparation for your pregnancy. Ana. So, if dili ka ma-pregnant and then dugon ka, mo din ang parusahan ka sa mong uterus. Di man di ka magpa-pregnant ka, sige, magdugo ka. Charot. Okay. So, mo na inyong reproductive system. That's the internal. Okay? do I have the external? I don't have the external. Mhm. The external, basically have for the girls, ang external ninyong vagina kay inani na siya, no? Ako lang i-drawing. Okay. So, pangit yung drawing, pasensya Okay. You have your mga buslot, ana. Mo ni siya ang imong makita externally. This is the labia, no? Na two kinds of labia. The labia na nun, labia majora, meaning that it's the outside. That's the one that you can see in the outside, kana siya. And the one in the inside is called your labia minora. Okay? Then, sa inside dayon, naakay mga strategic place, okay? So, sa very topmost part, nakay ka ng erectile tissue diri, mura siyang penis. Remember when I told you that all of us were once females when we were zygotes inside the uterus of our mother, no? So, before ganun siya nahimog penis, it was once a clitoris. This is the erectile tissue of the female reproductive system. Mao ni siya ang kaka-arouse, no? During sexual activity. And then you have here the urethra, okay? Diri mo gawas imuhang urine. Okay, so ang buslot para sa urine, sa ihi, ug sa dugo, dili pareho ha. Dili na siya pareho. And then, ang pinakadako nga buslot dara, this is what you call your vagina. Ana. But the opening, ang vagina kay internal man na siya, no? The opening is called your vulva. Oo, ang opening lang. The vulva is the opening. But the whole thing, including the inside, the internal part, is called your vagina. And then lastly, sa atong luyo, sa lubot, this is what you call your anus, no? Dara gagawas ang imuhang kaluha. Your poop. Okay, that's actually true, no? When you give birth, bitaw, in the future, girls, if you ever decide to become mothers in the future, mo na imo expectation, expect na lang dyan na, that when you do give birth, you're also giving birth to a twin, and that is your poop. True story. Okay, so wanna did not see it. So that is your female reproductive system, the internal and the external reproductive system. This is just again an overview. Overview ra jud ni siya, dili jud ni siya kanang heart to heart jud. But maybe in college you'll do a heart to heart investigation of your reproductive systems. Now let's differentiate, no, between estrous cycle and your menstrual cycle. Kay lahi man na sila. Kay a menstrual cycle, it is for us, mga human beings, and primates, basically, kanang mga dili kaluha ba? Ato mga igagaw sa genetic tree. Mga monkeys, mga apes, kana sila, mga orangutan, kana sila, mga gorilla, igagaw ra manguta sa ato ang genes, no? So, kita, we have a menstrual cycle. For the other animals, like your dogs, your cats, they have the estrous cycle. Now, what's the difference between the two? Ang estrous cycle, kay, muna siya ang, sa Bisaya pa, usa ka na sa Bisaya, kanang kuan siya ba? In heat, bitaw siya, in heat. Kita mo ang mga iring, bitaw mga babae, ng mga iring na inani din ilahang posture, inani ilang itsura. Have you seen that? Thumbs up daw, kita mo mga inana nga iring. Then ang mga sound din sa mga babaeng iring, inana dayon sila. Pero kung ang lalaki, kung mangita pa siya og inani nga iring, ang iya sa kaya, mau, 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 nana na sila. So, mo ni siya ang iring, female cat, nga ga-undergo og estrous cycle. So, mo na siyang tawag nga heat, no? In heat sila, meaning they are at the peak of their ovulation. And then, during this time, they need to copulate, meaning they need to have sexual intercourse with their male counterparts, no? Now, in the estrous cycle, when they are in heat, dili na sila magdugo, no? So there is no shedding of the endometrium and there will be no bleeding. Wala na siya. Mahuman ra jud ang ilahang heat, mahuman ra ang ilahang sa Bisaya pa, mahuman ilang pagpanguwag kung ma-copulate na sila or mahuman na ilang sexual intercourse. And then right after that, dili na din sila makipag sexual intercourse after. If you notice ang mga babae nga iring, dili jud na sila kanang magpahilabot og lalaki na iring. Kung dili sila inhit. Dili sila ganan sa each other. They don't like each other at all. So, mo na ang estrous cycle. A menstrual cycle, on the other hand, no, you know this already. For the girls, you know this because we undergo this. We have or we shed blood every month, no? Every month, every 28 to 30 days. Ihapagaling na ninyo. Oh. Ang pag-ihap ninyo kay dapat ang first day of your menstruation. Ihapagay na ninyo until the first day of your menstruation during the next month. Ihapagay na ninyo kung 28 ba na siya to 30 days, no? So what happens here is sa menstrual cycle, dugon lang ta, mora dyan na siya. However, we don't have heat, no? Walay time na mura tag-iring na kailangan magpa-kuan jud ta, magpa-copulate jud ta. No, we don't have that moment. So, for us, human beings and other primates like your apes and your monkeys, we can have sexual intercourse anytime na feel nato. Okay? So not only during the time na fertile ta, but any time that you like. So that is the difference between your estrus and your menstrual cycle. Okay. Raise your hand daw, B, katong ga estrus cycle, diri. Raise your hand. Katong ga estrus cycle. Wala lang. Tadawon lang ko na minaw. Okay. Raise your hand if the menstrual cycle mo. Oo. Ana, very good. Ang lalaki. Joke lang. Okay. Ay, naday ko naday ko yung picture sa external. O, yan. Muna mo external. As I've said, this is your clitoris at the very top. This is your urethral opening or your urethra where urine comes out. This is your vagina, the largest opening. This is where the penis will go in, the baby will come out, and your menstrual blood will come out as well. And then this is your anus. Then it is protected by your labia, no? Labia, whatever. So the internal or the one that is found inside, ayan, internal protection is the labia minora, and the external, the one that you can see, so, pag tanaw lang mo sa mirror, kana siya, that's your labia majora. All right. So let's go here. Last question, last trivia question. What is the largest cell in the body? Big question of B. I answered of B. Sa human body, at least. What is the largest cell in the human body? Anyone? Dili anyone. Answer in the chat box. Answer in the chat box. What is the largest cell in the body? Kasi copy daw ko sa inyong answer. Anyone? Wala answer. Ay, sorry. Ay! Oo. Largest cell. Anyone? Wala na ilain mag-answer? Okay, that's correct. It is the ovum or your egg cell. It is the largest cell in the body. Actually, this is also true in other animals as well. It is the egg cell. It is the largest cell in the body, not only humans. All right, let's go to our checkpoint. So you know what to do in the chat box. Type in the letter of your answer. All right, let us start with number 1. May we have a volunteer to read to us number 1? Volunteer. Oh, I volunteer. Lang sila. Okay, Juliana. Okay, go ahead, Juliana. Kindly read number 1 for us.
Number 1. What do you call the coiled J-shaped tube which stores sperm? A. Epididymis. B. Penis. C. Scrotum. Then D. Testes.
All right. Ala. What do you, alam mo, wala man yung mag-discuss ganina. Okay lang, sige. If you don't know the answer, then guess. No? What is the J-shaped tube that stores sperm? Kaani. Epididymis, the penis, the scrotum, the testis. Okay. Kini siya, I'm teaching you the power of elimination. Wala ba mo kabalo sa answer, di ba? Mo dyan atong one way of determining the or choosing our answer. All right. Okay, daghan na nag-answer. Okay, very good. Balag, wala na ko ni istorya ganina, no? Okay, so let's eliminate. So, for number one, penis. Dili jud pili ang penis. Nga naman, kay penis is basically where this is the erectile muscle, no? This is the erectile organ. So, dili siya ga-store og sperm. No. Okay. Scrotum. No. It is the tissue. Mo di siya ang skin nga ga-protect sa imong testis. So, not the scrotum. Dili pwede ang testis nga naman. It is the one that produces. Okay. It produces the sperm. So, unsa may nabilin? Maybe mo dito siya ang answer. So, ang nabilin is letter A, the epididymis. Alright? So, epididymis. It stores the sperm. Okay, very good. Ang letter A. Let's go to number 2. Number 2, may we have a volunteer who would like to volunteer? Julia, nagyapon? O, si Sophia Nasad. Okay, go ahead, Sophia.
Number 2, the image shows the female reproductive system during the fertile period of the menstrual cycle. What happens to the ovary during this time? A, an egg is released. B, a sperm fuses with an egg. C, implantation occurs. D, fertilization takes place.
Tanawa ang female reproductive system. Okay. Ano ha? Okay, ayan. Napadala. Napadala si ovary. Okay, napadala. Ay, napadala si ovary. Napadala ang egg cell sa ovary. Okay. During the fertile period of the menstrual cycle, what happens in the ovary during this time? Sige. An egg is released. A sperm fuses with an egg. Implantation occurs. Fertilization takes place. What's the answer? All right. Elimination euthanasia. Actually, 3 of these things or 3 of these statements do not apply because they are very similar to each other. Okay. So let's look at the choices. Okay. Letter B. A sperm fuses with an egg. Napadali ang egg cell gain. So, ang pag-fuse dan ha. Kay ang sperm kay dili ra na siya taman no. Iyang kinabuhi dili ra na siya taman. Okay. Dili lang siya makaswim pa ingon dato sa ovary. Cannot be. It cannot. Okay? It's too acidic. The uterus, the whole what you call this, the whole female reproductive system is acidic. Niya kaya ma-burn siya, mamatay siya. So, dili pwede. Wala pa ni. Next, implantation occurs. What is implantation? Implantation is where your egg cell will glue itself, no? Mutakot siya diri sa side sa uterus. Mo na siyang egg cell. Mo na siyang implantation. So is this implantation na naapa man diri ang egg cell sa ovary? No, not yet. All right. Letter D, fertilization takes place. What is fertilization? It is the combination or nag-combine si male o si female na cell, sex cell. Now again, wala pa na nahitabo. Wala pa. Because again, ang imong sperm, dili na siya makasurvive diri sa fallopian tube down to the ovary. So, X na siya. So, sino nabilin? Letter A. An egg cell is released. Okay, ready to be released. So, it is letter A. Okay. Very good. Letter A lang answer. Sana all. Okay. Let's go to number 3. Number 3. Who would like to read to us number 3? Right, nasad Sophia. Uy. Right, nasad. Ulilain. Naulaw sila. Okay, Rian. Okay, go ahead, Rian.
The fusion of the male and female gamete to form a zygote is known as A. Fertilization, B. Pollination, C. Menstruation, D. Ejaculation.
Ayan, very good. All right, what is your answer from the rest? Agamit is basically, gigamit lang po niya, ma'am, charot. Agamit is another word for sex cell. Okay? Do not confuse yourselves. Ayan. Okay, maraming nagle-letter A. Tingnan natin if it's correct. We. We. Charot. Letter A ba, Jud? Okay, let's see ha. Okay. Ejaculation, dili pwede. Kay unsa kay ejaculation? Boys, unsa kay ejaculation? Walay
Pag-shoot
lalaki
og
ba?
kanis ko.
Oo, ning gawas ang semen from the penis. That's ejaculation. How about for the girls? What is menstruation? What is menstruation, gani?
Gidugo.
Gidogs o na. Or ang whole cycle of your menstruation basically is how your egg cell is released and then eventually giunsa niya pag tangtang sa egg cell from the uterus kay wala man siya na fertilize ana. So dili siya pollination. Dili pwede kay ang pollination mo ni siya ang kakahitabo sa flowers, no? Sa flowers sa siya. Okay, so unsay nabilin fertilization. So remember, fertilization is when your female and your male gamete or sex cells merge to form a zygote. Ayan, well done everyone. So wala na tayong questions. If you do have questions, do not be shy. Just raise your virtual hand or you can also ask in the chat box. Ayan. Let's go to our next topic. Ma'am, napad yung next topic. Oo, naapa. Napay genetic engineering. Ito eh. Genetic engineering is not really that long. Di mo siya na nakataas. No? So, this is just an overview of genetic engineering. We will not go heart to heart with this because makahilak mo kung mag-heart to heart ta ani. No? I hope the topic on animal reproduction was interesting to you. Daghan mong learn about yourselves. No? Hopefully. Or, ma'am, na-learn naman ako to, ma'am. Na-learn naman ako to, ma'am. Nag-con naman, nag-practical, ano naman ni ma'am, nag-practicals naman ni Ana, ma'am. Yoy! Sumbong tamo sa inyong mga mama. Angel, na kay question? Nag-raise na kasi mong hand. Angel? Kasi na mali la niya. Oh, so flock.
Ma'am, sorry.
That's okay. Okay. So, again, ha, it is okay to be curious about yourselves, no? But when you are curious about yourselves and your lalab, kabalujud ko, I know. If you're curious about the other sex or your lalab or whatever, no? Please practice safety. Practice jud na siya ang pagka-safe ninyo, no? Because we don't want to have untoward effects. You're still very young. You're still, what, 16, 17? And I don't want you to get, I don't want you to get pregnant, but you have to understand the responsibilities that you have to face when you do get pregnant because that is another life, no? Like, kinabuhi na sa baby ang inyong gina-deal with. So, if you do get pregnant and at your age, at the tender age of 16 or 17, believe you me, you are not prepared for it. You will never be prepared for it at that age. It is so, I have seen so many pregnant women in my life. Oh, but sa akong previous na work, no? I've seen so many pregnant women and so many pregnant women as young as you and younger than you, 15, 14 years old, na maghilaka because they don't know how to give birth. Dili sila ka push sa ilang abdomen because they don't know how, no? And please do remember, boys, labi na mga boys diri nga 18 and above. If your uyab is a teenager, if your uyab is below 18 and you commit that sexual act, that is already statutory rape. What is statutory rape? It is rape according to the Constitution of the Philippines, according to law. If gusto magsampa og kaso sa inyo, ang parents sa girl, they can do that even if naghatag og consent ang girl. Because again, the girl is not of legal age yet. So kabalo ko, you are curious about your bodies, but please treasure your bodies first and commit those acts when you feel you are already responsible. Kung feel di mo nga makasuporta na mo og life in the future. Ha? Bantay lang dyan mo, ipagsumbong mo sa inyong mga mama, bantay lang dyan mo. Oo. Heart emoji if understood to siya. Okay? Dako kay na siya nga responsibility ang inyong mga kalingawan. Kalingawan lang na karon kay teenager pa man mo, no? But if ever bitaw mabus ang girl na, my God, pwede, ang sayo na siya for the boys, kay pwede naman ang daganan, no? I have seen so many pregnant women na gidaganan sa ilang mga uyap. Sayo na kay for them. Pero, ang luya na kay ang girls, no? Because they can never run away from it. They can never run away from it because they have to carry that baby. And if ever they decide to abort it, because, you know, that's your body, you have autonomy of your body, you can decide for your body, for your own, no? On your own, sorry. You can decide on your own for your own body. So it's your choice if you choose not to go through with the pregnancy. But abortion is not simple. It is one of the most painful things that you will ever go through. Not that I have been through it, nah? But of course, with the many people, with the many girls I've seen go through with it, because there is legal abortion and there is illegal abortion, of course. So, you know, just be responsible, ha? Kabalo ko, lingaw, fun siya karon, pero the repercussions of it in the future, you will realize na it was not worth it. It was not worth it all along. And for the men and women here, please do choose wisely who you spend time with. Ana, rin na, no? Okay, sige na. What if ang lalaki mo ay minor, ma'am? That is still statutory rape lang ga. If ang babae ang legal age and ang lalaki ang minor, that's still rape. Kay ang law of statutory rape here in the Philippines does not only apply to the girls, it also applies to the boys. So, pwede gapon. They can also be imprisoned, the girl. Na may case, na minor ang boy, then, nagay case na sa Amerika, daghan sa Amerika, teacher pa jud. Dayon ang naburos siya sa iyang estudyante ng 13 years old. 13 years old, my God. Pangitagin na siya nga case sa Amerika. I forgot kinsa pangalan ato nga teacher. Teacher siya, babae ang teacher. And the teacher was like 27 years old. And she taught grade 7 and 8. 7 and 8. So, na siya favorite student, lalaki, sa iyang grade 7 nga class. And then, permi niya gubanan din, kanang, dadto nga place sa ilaha, kay kanabitong, lagyo bitong mga balay. So, permi niya ginahatod ang iyang estudyante. Halaka, tunga mali sa bagta, paghatod niya kay, mali siya ginabuhat. Then, at that age, kabalo pa mo boys, what's going on at that age? Wala man, di ba? 13 pa man, you know, you're so innocent, wala pa mo ang mga chuchu-chuchu. So, ang estudyante mo, na-shock siya. Luwi kay siya because he did not understand what was happening. Ang iya lang nasabtan kay favorite siya sa yung teacher. Sad kay, no? But yeah, the teacher got pregnant. My God. So be careful, ha. It's not only male teachers that you have to look out for. It is also female teachers. Joke lang. Ayok sa ba sa'yo, advisor? Joke lang. Okay, ay, mag-move on na ta sa genetic engineering. Ay, nako. Malinaw jud ko ani nga topic because, kabalo jud ko nga for the pretty girls, ang mga pretty diri. Kisa mga pretty diri, raise your hand. Kisa mga pretty diri sa ABMC 10. Wow, sana all. Kato mga pretty diri no kanang sometimes gina-target na sila sa I must say ha, to be honest, naadyoy ubang teachers, no? Not all teachers are good, manggod. Or not all teachers are, not all teachers are perfect. So, naadyoy uban, no? Naadyoy uban. So, be careful, mga pretty girls here. Just be careful, ha? Dili, sige, chimeling-chimeling sa inyohang teachers. Oh, mga pretty boys, sad, my God. Dili lang ang pretty girls, also the pretty boys. Okay? So, kanang, I know it's very tempting kay may kwarta. Joke lang. But I know it's very tempting, but please, likayi. Likayi. Alright? Likayi. Okay. In the long run, you will regret it. Ha? Bantay lang dyan mo. Pagduslakon dito mo. If na ako'y madunggan. Alright, let's go to engineering. Someone wants to join their class. Okay. So, in genetic engineering is kanang, naman ko yung video ipa shows. Watch sa mo aning video.
He's very happy. He really loves it.
Wait a minute. Madunggan ninyo ang audio sa video? Kato ka ganina? You can. Okay, sige. I will play this first and then we will continue with our topic. Walay madunggan if mag-mute ko. O sige, wait lang ha.
For 16 years, Mr. Fukuda was a proud leader. The two were inseparable.
それで僕は奥さんと、桃子が6歳の時かな離婚をしたので、それから桃子と2人でずっと住んでです。
When Momoko recently died, Mr. Fukuda wanted to bring her back, so he turned to a company called Suwa to recreate her.
Currently, we've cloned more than 600 dogs of various different breeds, and there are no particular limitations to the different breeds.
Suwon claims it can clone any dog, no matter the age, size, or breed. We recently visited South Korea to see for ourselves. First, for you to even consider getting your dog cloned, you need $100,000. Also, the dog you want to clone has to be either alive or dead for fewer than 5 days. If you want to clone your dead dog, you have to first wrap its entire body with wet towels and then keep it cool by placing it in the refrigerator. You can't freeze it. This may seem a bit odd, so it needs live skin cells in order to clone your dog. This process prevents the skin on your dead dog from drying out or freezing, and it gives Suwon the highest chance of finding preserved skin cells. Next, you need to take your dog to the vet and get a biopsy sample. Using a tool called a biopsy punch, your veterinarian will cut out an 8mm wide sample of flesh from the abdominal area of the dog. If your dog is alive, just one sample is enough. But if your dog is dead, you'll need to provide Suwon with as many samples as possible to increase the chances of finding live skin cells. You then pack the sample with ice packs in a styrofoam box to keep it chilled and expedite it to Suwon, which you can do so using normal shipping services like FedEx. And once the sample has passed through Korean customs, which can take an additional 2 to 3 days, Suwon can finally get to work in cloning your dog. First, the sample is sterilized and cut into smaller pieces. Then it's treated with a reagent and chemically dissociated, meaning the cells are separated from the tissue. The sample is then placed in a centrifuge, which allows the scientists to collect the cells and transfer them into a growth medium. 1 to 2 weeks later, Suam has the cells necessary for the cloning process. Suam then goes to a laboratory animal provider where they rent 2 dogs, an egg donor and a surrogate mother. Starting with the egg donor, doctors take the dog into an operating room where they sedate her, place her on the operating table, slice her open, pull out her ovaries, and collect her eggs.
We have 6 from left ovary and 6 from right ovary.
Once the eggs are collected, the scientist places them under a microscope and uses a pipette to extract the nucleus.
If you see the shiny part, this is where the genetic material is.
Suam is removing the DNA from the eggs.
As you can see, we can verify that all the genetic material has been taken out.
And by removing the DNA, Suam is creating genetically empty eggs, meaning the breed of the egg donor dog doesn't matter, since none of its DNA will be passed on to the baby. From here, a Suam scientist injects the cells taken from the biopsy sample of the original dog into the empty eggs. Under normal circumstances, sperm is a necessary component for reproduction, but in this cloning process, sperm is replaced by 2 things: the cell from the original dog and a series of short electrical shocks from a machine called the electro cell manipulator. The electrical currents from this machine activate and fuse together the membranes of the egg and cell, creating a fertilized embryo. After just 1 minute, Suam has a whole batch of cloned dog embryos to work with. Next, Suam moves on to the second rental dog, the surrogate mother. Back in the operating room, the doctors sedate the surrogate, place her on the operating table, slice her open, pull out her ovaries and uterus, and inject up to 15 cloned embryos into her uterus. 30 days later, Suam is able to verify the surrogate's pregnancy, which they say has about a 40% success rate. If the procedure fails, they'll examine one plant more and repeat the process using a different surrogate mother. When a successful pregnancy is confirmed, it takes another 30 for the surrogate mother to give birth. During this time, Suam will closely monitor the surrogate and check on the condition of her fetus. When the cloned puppy is finally born, Suam will take care of the clone until the customer is able to bring their new pet home. The facilities at Suam can house up to 50 dogs at a time. Customers can either make the trip to Seoul to pick up the cloned pup or arrange to have a Suam employee deliver their new pet directly to them. They'll have to wait through a quarantine period, though, which varies from country to country. Now, with the high cost of the procedure and invasive surgeries performed on the rental dogs, it's easy to see why dog cloning is controversial. But for Mr. Fukuda, there was no hesitation in his decision to bring back his dog.
私にとっては、その10万ドルで、この子を桃子と同じような色をして、桃子と同じような匂いがして、桃子と同じようにこう触れる。で、桃子と同じような性格を持ったワンちゃんに10万ドル払うことは僕は決して高いとは僕は思わなかったです。
Of course, while the cloned puppy might look exactly like the original dog, its personality will be shaped by the environment it's raised in. In other words, a cloned puppy might not behave like the original dog. In any case, there is now an alternative to life without your beloved dog, just not a cheap or ethically uncomplicated one.
Oh, kisa na yung mga pets din mga iring, mga iro, na murag igsoon, murag anak. Oo, si Maxine ra? Na pet diri? Oh, daghan? Oh, daghan ta. Ako sad, I have 3 children. I have 3 dogs. Oo, mura na ko sila mga anak, no? So, if we lose our pets, murag, mahugno atong world, no? Kato si Mr. Fukuda, grabe, ibang level jud siya. Iya jud gipa-clone iyahang dog. So actually, this is the video that you have to watch sa inyong activity sheet number 3. Oo. So, you can go to this link. Kini siya nga link katong naa sa inyong activity sheet. Is the video that you watched kanina. Okay. Kani siya, it's the same. I will also post that video sa inyong mga Google Classrooms no later on. Both this video and the video for activity sheet number 4. No, so it is about cloning, and you're going to answer the following questions about the cloning. So, what is cloning? What are the 2 products of cloning? And describe the procedure. So, ano siya no? Is cloning illegal here in the Philippines? Yes, it is illegal here in the Philippines, but it's not illegal in South Korea. Well, there are many reasons on the pros, the cons, no? So, andiri sa Philippines because we are highly religious. We have our morals and all that, no? Na kanang illegal na siya sa ato because well, it murag kuan man gud na siya, no? Kanang murag mo samot ang human trafficking if it's gonna be legal. If ang human cloning is legal. Kato pa lang gani sa iro, no? Luoy kay ang iro because the dog did not give any consent to be a surrogate mother. Then, mo na siya, operahan siya, then masyok na siya, pag mata niya kay, na siya kuan, pregnant na din siya, then isi-sian din siya, wala siya kabalo. So, mo na siya ang mga moral questions that you're going to address and you're going to answer in this activity sheet. So, please do watch that again if you need to. And for those nga naka-appreciate itong video, no, so you have to answer in this activity sheet or activity sheet number 3. Now, would you consider pet cloning? Why or why not? So, mo dapat na inyong question sa inyong selves. Would you consider? Number 1, $100,000 na abataan na. Raise your hand if namoy $100,000, B. Palihog ko. Kung naa mo anak panghatag, please. Thank you, Daan. So it's going to cost you a lot of money. But of course, if you are filthy rich, then you can do that. Wala problema. So let's go to genetically modified organisms. Okay, ang genetic engineering, what we know now of genetic engineering, gave birth to GMOs or genetically modified organisms na bag-o ilahang genes, no? So let's look at these things, no? So let's look at these things. So kindly tell us, what are these? What are these? So can you tell us? Either you can unmute your mic or you can also answer in the chat box. Unsa ni siya kining first picture right here? This one. What do you think is this? It's guava. Ano si Shaira? How about the others? Any koan? Any other answer? So, sige, guava kuno daw ning number 1. Okay. How about the second one? The second picture. This one right here. Saka ni siya. What is this? Hello? Hello. Ana si Juliana watermelon. Okay. How about this one? Kini nasa right. Ana si Jocelyn pear. So siya, pear. How about this one right here? Kini siya. Mura siya some kind of a grass. Anyone? Any guess? Murag ulod na dahon. Okay. How about this one right here? Kani. Radish. What is this? Kamote. Ginger. Luya. Okay, good, good. How about this one? Kani siya. Ma'am, ano siya, ma'am? Strawberry. Grapes, ma'am, grapes. What is this? Eggplant, anasibea, dragon fruit. Okay. And this one, I think this is very obvious. This one is pretty obvious, a tomato. All right. So these are actually crops, or these are actually fruits and vegetables and crops that that were nakalimot ko sa kung ingon. These were actually fruits and vegetables and crops pre-GMO. O, pre-GMO. Before ni siya genetically modify. Because this right here, this first photo, this is actually a banana. This is the original banana. Okay. This one is correct. Watermelon ni siya. Pero sad kay watermelon ba? Gamay ra siya og unod. No? And this one, this is actually corn. Corn na siya. Can you believe? But that's actually young corn right there. This one is actually a carrot. Carrot. Carrot na siya. Hindi siya color orange, no? This one is an eggplant. Correct tong guess. And this one is a kamatis. Gagmay kay sila, no? So, before they were genetically modified, inani pa ilang mga itsura. If they have less meat, then there is less food for us. If there's less food, then there is less nutrients. So, maunang, it drove our scientists to genetically modify these crops, no, these fruits and vegetables and crops, because if they have if these crops they get diseases, no, dili kasi mo develop og tarong. So maunang they needed to be intervened, no. Genetic engineering has been around for a very long time already, no, even before science was known. This was done by our ancient farmers by selectively breeding our crops, no. So this is very old. It's an old thing. However, nowadays, since the 1950s, when GMOs were first introduced, um, it became a very it had a very scientific approach to it. So karon, ano na siya, medyo more complex and more sophisticated na siya compared to the medyo rudimentary way of genetically modifying crops in the before the 1950s, no. So muna ang genetic engineering. So this is a very brief overview of genetic engineering, no. So for example, ang ato ang corn, no, or known as your BT corn. Ano gitawag siya BT corn? Because ang BT corn is actually a corn nga gibutangan siya gene coming from your Bacillus thuringiensis. Kay ani magudi siya ang story sa una. The BT corn is actually the most famous GMO. Mo siya ang pinakasikat na GMO. Nga naman, kay sa una manggod, naay ka ng naay peste nga rampant kay sa una nga gakaon og corn. Inani ang iyang effect sa corn if kaunon siya sa pest. Ang pest is what you call your Ostrinia fornacalis or your Asian corn borer, which is very destructive to your mais. Kani siya, kining worm, no? Now, kining worm, through science, no, na-determine nila nga, kini din nga worm, mamatay siya kung makakaon siya og kini nga bacteria, the Bacillus thuringiensis. So, ang gibuhat sa mga scientists is, kikuha nila tong gene, no, katong gene na makapatay sa corn borer. Gene, unsa man ang gene? Gene as in like the DNA, the part of the DNA, no? The part of the DNA of the Bacillus thuringiensis, ilang gikuha, ilang gibutang sa corn so that kung kaunon siya sa Ostrinia fornacalis or the worm, kini siya nga worm, if kaunon niya ang corn, mamatay siya. Kini siya. The pest will die from feeding on the plant. Mura bitog ka ng racumin, kailan mo racumin? Kana bitong pagkaon nito sa ilaga, kanang ato ang kung gusto na patyo ng ilaga, ato lang ng diyaan ng pagkaon sa ilaga na racumin. Then so when the rat eats the food, they will die. Yan na siya. So, muna siya ang story, no, ni BT corn. Now, of course, karon there are more food that we eat that are actually GMOs. GMOs are not harmful, ha? Hindi sila harmful. No, of course not. We eat GMOs, you're just not aware of it. Because a lot of our kanang bitong grown organically na mga fruits and vegetables, no, they can contain mga inani, mga pests. And they can also contain, labi na ka ng mga crops bitaw nga wala ning agi og kanang pesticides kana siya. Basig makakauntag pests. Kaya wala may pesticide ang crop. Pero ang con sad ana is makakaunta og pesticide. Pero let us also remember that pesticides are not targeted towards human beings. Dili man na makapatay og tao. Ang ina man ginapat yun kaya ang pest, no? So here is the process of developing GM crops. So there are 6 steps to this. So number 1, DNA is extracted from the gene, okay? Baliktad. The gene is extracted from the DNA. sorry about that. Or the DNA extraction of the gene of interest for modification, or this is also known as your DNA isolation. So bali, waon sa scientist ang gene nga makapatay sa imuhang Asian corn borer. Okay? So, kwaon niya ug iyang i-isolate. So, in this case, sa BT corn, gikuha niya ang gene from the Bacillus thuringiensis. The Bacillus thuringiensis is the bacteria that can kill your, that once ingested by your corn borer, it will die. So, mauna siya ang DNA isolation. Ginagamit na to ang restriction enzyme para makat ang gene of interest, and it will be isolated. So that is the first step, the DNA isolation, ang gene of interest. The second step is, siya mag-next. The second step is to clone the gene, all right? So in this case, the single gene of interest must be separated to make thousands of copies of it. Kaya dili man pwede nga, usa lang ka kopya. Kung usa lang ka kopya, usa lang ka cell sa corn. Corn, atong gabito na, usa lang ka cell sa corn ang, ang mabutangan ng gene. So, una-una, ang cell, kay gamay, then, pwede siya mamatay. So, dapat daghan siya. The more, the merrier. Okay? The more copies of it, the more possibility of it surviving. Okay? So, in this case, the protein that the Bacillus thuringiensis produces that can kill the Asian corn borer is called the Cry1AB. Kani siya nga protein, no? Or also known as your BT toxin. That is step number 2. Step number 3 is the insertion of the gene into the insertion of the gene into a transfer vector, or this is also called your ligation. Ayan. So, ready na siya to be inserted into the vector. So, dili man gud siya pwede nga idiretso siya sa cell sa corn, no? Dili siya diretso inana. Dapat naa siya kanang vehicle. Okay, naa siya vehicle for that. Usually ang ginahimo nga vehicle for that is your E. coli nga bacteria. Okay? So kwaon gikan sa Bacillus thuringiensis nga bacteria ang gene, dayon i-transfer siya sa bacteria called E. coli. Kaya E. coli harmless ang ganda sa ato ano. That's harmless to us. So, dara ibutang ang gene sa E. coli nga bacteria. So, remember, this is a bacteria. And then, dili mo kini siya super harmful. Bali, ang E. coli, kwaan na siya o kanang harmful nga gene. Then, i-replace siya sa Bacillus thuringiensis na gene. So, that is what you call as ligation. Step number 4. So, kuan na siya sa vector. Plant transformation na dayon. So, katong vector, katong E. coli nga vector, nga naay gene sa Bacillus thuringiensis, ibutang na siya sa plant cell. Okay? So, it's gonna be placed in the plant cell. So, ang plant cell na dayon ang mag-multiply anak na gene. So, siya na ang mag-multiply anak. So, no more problem with that. So, mag-transform na dayon, hinay-hinay ang imuhang plant. Hangtod na, all of the cells of the plant will now have that Bacillus thuringiensis or the Bt toxin nga gene. Okay? And then step number 5, it is tissue culture. So katong cell, ipadaghan pa dito siya ang plant cell, ipadaghan through tissue culture. So bale, the tissue sample will be scraped from the parent plant and then it will be grown in your petri dish. Kana siya. Kanang mga petri dish. Dayon, ipa-grow din na siya sa laboratory. Eventually, it will now become plants na dayon. Oo. And these are what you call as your transgenic plants, no? Ang transgenic plants are basically genetically modified plants or successful na ilang pagka-GMO. Okay? Transgenic plants na din na sila. So that is step number 5. I 5 already because step today is 6. Sorry about that. So 5 steps. So let's go back. So there are 5 steps to developing GM crops or genetically modified crops. First is DNA isolation. So tangtangon ang gene from Bacillus thuringiensis. The Bt toxin will be removed from the bacteria and it will be isolated. Step number 2 is gene cloning. Katong Bt toxin will be multiplied, okay? It will be made into thousands, all right? And then, after gene cloning, then comes ligation, wherein katong make a copy nimo, kato siya nga toxin, imong ibutang sa imuhang vector, which is the E. coli bacteria. Ang E. coli na bacteria, tangtangan na siya og katong iyang toxin, i-replace sa toxin ni Bacillus thuringiensis or ni Bt toxin. So, mauna ang imuhang step number 3 or ligation. Step number 4 is plant transformation, wherein ang imuhang E. coli kay ibutang na siya sa plant cell. And then eventually, mahimo na dayon ang tissue culture, wherein i-multiply ang imuhang plant cells in the laboratory to make new plants. Then kani dayon gitawag na transgenic plants. Okay? So those are the 5 steps in making GMOs or GM crops. Now, also may applications ani genetically modified organisms, no? There are many applications to this. Number 1, agriculture. So in agriculture, ang main dyan nato nga goal ani is para dili maapektuhan ang atong crops sa mga peste o kada siya kanang mga dapat naatay ang ato ang GM crops or genetically modified crops kay highly resistant to environmental stress and can produce more nutrients and have longer shelf life. So dapat ang ato ang plants makasurvive sila through the pests and through the environment. Kanang mga kanang usa to kanang dili sa dali malanta inana. So for example, you have your larva called the Helicoverpa armigera, which is one of the main pests sa imuhang crops, no? So kani siya makadaot ni siya sa atuang crops. So luoy kay ang mga farmers kun naa na sila. So mo nang naatay GM crops. Animal production. So for example, a few years ago, no, ang Atlantic salmon ning agi ni siya og shortage. Kay kuan man siya kanang lami man siya then ganahan kay people na ganahan ani sa Europe. So it is always ordered, it is always kuan kanang permi siya kanang in demand sa mga restaurants hangtod na nagka-shortage ang Atlantic salmon. So through kuan genetically modified animals, no, maka-resist sila og kanang what do you call this, maka-resist sila og environmental changes sa ilang river or sa ilang environment, inana, ang ilahang ma-produce na offspring kay mudaghan, no? So it improves meat quantity and quality and also resistance to some diseases. So kanang Atlantic salmon is a very good example of that. And that is why we can also get salmon here in the Philippines, no? Even if we are not a cold country. Munang kumuadto ka og kanang mga medyo mahalon na mga restaurants, no? They do serve salmon. If you go to so na kung ay kanang Cafe Leon, Kailan man nakafili yun, o kanang naa sa atbang sa Avida, they serve salmon there for like 700 pesos. And yeah, that's kind of rare here. I think that's just super rare here in the Philippines because of the GM animal. And then, of course, some very important applications of GMO, no, kay medicines, no? Kanang atuang mga tambal, kanang hormone-based na mga tambal like insulin and all that, kanang mga anti-tetanus shots ninyo, kanang inyuhang tetanus toxoids, anti-tetanus shots, your anti-rabies, kana sa they are being cultured, or they not cultured, but they are inoculated in animals actually, no? And sometimes not only in animals but also in bacteria. Ang pinakauso na bacteria na ginagamit ani would be your E. coli or your Escherichia coli, which is genetically engineered to produce human hormones. Another is for environmental protection, like your Saccharomyces cerevisiae. Saccharomyces cerevisiae is a kind of mold, no? It's a kind of mold or fungi. It's a mold, which is genetically modified for bioremediation. So, ano bioremediation? Bali, iyahang i-recycle ang mga organic na product or organic waste. Kana siya. Environmental protection. Now, let's go to the pros and cons of GMOs, no? Okay. So, number one, ang pinaka-importante dyan na benefit ani is it increases productivity. Okay, kini siya sa mga farmer. O, okay? Ngano? Because dili dali malanta, dili dali maguba, dili dali madaot ang ilahang mga plants or ilahang mga gina-harvest na crops, no? So, it allows crops to have greater resistance to pests and diseases. So, it will have greater yield. No? So, muna siya ang pinaka-importante niya nga task. So, another is improved nutritional quality. Remember, katong katong banana kaganina, puro ra siya seeds, gamay ra kay ang meat. So, katong before nahimong GMO ang imong saging, wala kaayo siya nutrition value. So eventually, actually, this is katong saging kagina. It's not the saging that we know here in the Philippines, because the saging that we know here in the Philippines is so much different from the saging in the United States. No, they're not the same. If you go to the United States in the future, or you go to Europe or United States, their banana, it does not taste the same as the banana here in the Philippines, because they are not the same. So kana siya. Here, improved nutritional quality. Some of our crops, no, kining golden rice is being infused with more beta carotene for vitamin A content. Oo, mo nagitaw siya golden rice. Oo, it's more orange and it's more vibrant because it has more beta carotene. And then, ang kini siya, no, ang importante ani niya kay katong mga countries that have a lot of malnourished children, maka-benefit kaayo ani, no? Labi na if they don't have, like, they cannot produce enough food which has more vitamin A, more vitamins and minerals, kini butangan nila og beta carotene mismo ang bugas para di na sila kailangan mangita paglaing food for beta carotene or vitamin A. Another is disease diagnosis, ang bioluminescence or bioluminescent proteins na ginagamit sa animal testing. Kana siya can actually, or these are actually your protein trackers, no? They can actually detect diseases. But of course, ang animal testing also faces kanang ethical dilemmas, no? Sa, di ba kadog na mo anang kanang trending karon kana bitong cruelty-free makeup, cruelty-free production, inana. Kay dili sila ga animal testing, inana. Pero wonder ba jud ko ana, no, kung kini na mga companies ba, these companies that claim that they are cruelty-free, if they do not conduct animal testing, where do they test their products? I am wondering about that. Do they test their products on humans? Nah, muna din na siya, no? That we don't know. So, kana siya, you have to think about that, no? Because girls, sabi na sa girls diri no kanang if inyong dream in the future kay to own makeup nga kanang cruelty free. Kay medyo ang cruelty free nga makeup kay medyo mahal mo na siya. You have to ask yourselves, is there really such a thing as cruelty free makeup? Because if they do not test it on animals, so where do they test it? You have to ask yourselves that. You have to ask yourself the hard questions. Okay, so those are the benefits. So let's go back to the benefits. Ang number one benefit ani niya is increased productivity. Para dili magkulang atong pagkaon dito sa Philippines. Another is improved nutritional quality because a lot of our food, especially our golden rice, is infused with vitamin A. And lastly, we have disease diagnosis, which is very much used in the medical field, no? So, para makatesta sa ato ang mga medications, para makaproduce ang ato ang mga pharmaceutical companies of effective medications with fewer trials and a lesser time, no? Para atong COVID-19 na to na mga vaccines, no? Paspas kayo siya nahimo good because of this, no? Disease diagnosis, kana siya ang ato ang mga benefits. However, we also have risks, no? So, for example, we have reduction in insect biodiversity. Kaya if you remember, ang target atong kuan, katong BT toxin kay insekto man, the pest called the Asian corn borer, the worm, no? So, if mga matay na silang tanan, ma-extinct sila eventually. So, ma-reduce ang biodiversity sa itong mga organisms. So, gamay na lang kayo ang mabuhi. So, kana siya. That's number one. Number two is, a lot of people actually claim, there are a number of people who claim that they have allergic reactions to GMOs, no? So, naado mga inana. Like, for example, dermatitis. O, kanang, dermatitis is basically kanang katul-katul sa skin. Kana siya. So, magka-allergic reaction daw sila sa mga GMOs. Daw. But actually, there are many causes to dermatitis, manggod. There are many possible causes, but GMOs are actually one of the possible causes of allergic reactions. And another is expensive seeds, no? Kay ang makaproduce lamang good og mga GMOs na seeds kay mga dagko nga company, no? Kini Monsanto and even your Bayer, kay alam mo Bayer kana siya kana bitong gahimo sa Baygon kana sila nga company, no? They are actually Bayer is actually the largest producer of GMO seeds, no? And then the sad thing is ginamonopolize na nila. So for your farmers kanang kung gusto sila mag-grow og kanang let's say for example corn nga GMO, kailangan sila mo palit from Bayer. And because Bayer is only the one that sells these, let's say for example in Hawaii, they can monopolize the price, no? Pwede nila patasan ang presyo. That is the sad thing about this. Okay, muna ang aim sa mga scientists unta is to increase the production yield, pero evil na mga companies, they take advantage of that. That is the sad thing. It's not the scientists' fault. It's not their fault. It's the fault of these large companies. No? They can be very greedy sometimes. And of course, naasad tayo issues with religion and ethics, especially here in the Philippines, wherein we consider GMOs or genetic engineering as something that is, we are testing God. We are playing God with everything that we have. So, kana siya. Naasad the issue with that. GMOs are actually not allowed here in the Philippines, but actually, good. But I think they have a leeway or naasali ka ng murag murag naiubang companies na lang gina-allow and then naiubang companies na dili nila gina-allow. That I don't understand about our country. Di ko kasabot-an na kay naiuban nga naa na may GMO din sa Pilipinas pero ingon sila kay bawal kuno daw. I don't understand. So naana siya. All right. So in your activity sheet number 3, naasa di siya nga question, no, in GMOs. With your partner, actually, pwede mo mag-partner ani nga activity sheet, no? Fill out the table below on the boon and bane brought about by GMOs. So, naiusa nga dadto sa pros or the advantages, then nasa iusa na dadto sa mga disadvantages. So, kamo dayoy mag-answer. Pwede mo mag-answer together. Alright? Magmita mo partner, then you can answer this together. So, you're going to write your opinion about GM products below. So, opinions diri. And then write your argument. Dayon, diri. Okay? It could be either a pro or a con. Kamu bahala. Okay? So, opinions on the left and argument on the right. Let's say, for example, opinion ako. In my opinion, GMOs are good for the health. Okay. Then, pwede sad, ang imong partner, mayroon siya nga, makik-argue din siya. It's not good for the health because there are reports of allergic reactions. Pwede na. Nana dayon ang inyong opinion and argument. Alright? So, you can get a partner for that. Thumbs up if naka-understand. Oh. Alright. So actually, mora to siya for genetic engineering. As I've said, short lang siya, no? But it's already 10:39. I'm so sorry if we exceeded the 10 o'clock time, ha? Sorry kaayo. But basically, mao to siya ang genetic engineering. So, kamo na din magbuot if it is mas labaw pa ang pro or ang con, no? As of now, dito sa Philippines, mao lagi na weird case siya because the government is saying that it is illegal in the Philippines, but we have GMOs in our markets. That I don't understand, no? So maybe kuha na lang siya case to case basis tingali na ba? All right. So let's go to the checkpoint. All right. So let's begin with question number 1. Same instruction, just type in the letter of your answer in the chat box. For the first question, who would like to volunteer to read to us? Can we have new names? Bago na sa mga pangalan, B? Except ni Sophia, kisa dito nag-volunteer kanina, Sophia, Juliana, o Grian. Egon ko, bago na kanina na, dili na si Juliana, kaya kadungog na ko niya ganina. Can we have another volunteer? Rian, nag-storya na sa kanina, Rian. Akala niya si Rian ay. Can we have another volunteer? Wala? Or manawag na lang ko ha. Okay. Can we have Miss Jetsy Sinyones? Jetsy. Si Jetsy, oy. Wala si Jetsy. Okay, manawag taglain. Okay, may we call Miss Juna Fabria?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, repeat number 1 langga and the choices langga.
So number 1, BT eggplant and BT corn are genetically modified organisms that are A. Resistant to drought, B. Resistant to flood, C. Resistant to specific pests, or D. Resistant to fungal infection.
All right. So cast in your votes in the chat box. Thank you so much for reading langga. What is the answer? Is it drought? Is it flood? Is it pests? Is it fungal infection? BT eggplant and BT corn. Remember that BT stands for Bacillus thuringiensis. All right. So both of them have the gene coming from your Bacillus thuringiensis. All right. Is it letter A, letter B, letter C, letter D? Okay. Wala pa yung nag-answer. Answer na mo. Ay, sorry. Okay. Go, go, go. Answer. Okay. We have a C of letter C. A C of letter C. Daghan kasi nag-answer of letter C. Okay. Wala yung maglain ng answer. Joke lang. All right. So let's see. Oh, I think this is very, very obvious na. Hindi na pwede drought. Kung drought, did you na mo survive? Okay. Flood, no. Fungal infection, no. It is pest. Okay. Ang pest na iyang ginapatay kay ang Asian corn borer. Ayan. So it's letter C. Okay. Very good. Let's go to number 2. Na mag-volunteer or ako gyapon magtawag? Ako gyapon magtawag. Quiet ba kayo mo? Sige, magnawag ko ha. Alright. Sophia, ganina ra lagi ka. Alright, let me call Miss Mary Grace Bersano. Uy, random na niya. Kuan na niya siya. Ulbot-ulbot na ni diri sa inyong class list. Miss Bersano, are you there? Hello? Hello? Habala siya. Okay. Let me call. Ting, 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 ting. Mr. Sid Daniel Saplot. Sid Daniel. Are you there, Daniel? Wala gyapon. O sige, volunteer na lang ta. Let's call Miss K. Nag-volunteer man si K. Okay, go ahead, K.
Number 2, which of the following procedures in genetic engineering utilize a mechanical device to insert a plasmid vector with the gene of interest directly to the target cell? A. Electroporation. B. Gene gun technology. C. Polymerase chain reaction. D. Restriction fragment length polymorphism.
Mama, when you want to discuss? Okay, this is again one of those questions nga bahalag wa mo kabalo sa answer. Let us use our kokote. Let us use our power of power of elimination. Mama, saan pag power of elimination na mo may kabaluan ang unsa man ang polymerase chain reaction sa mama uy, okay. So mangita tao kung di ta kabalo mag chain reaction. If you do not know these things and we cannot eliminate. So, may tatag ka ng pinaka-obvious. Okay. Remember, gene, ano siya, which of the following procedures in genetic engineering utilizes a mechanical device to insert a plasmid vector with a gene of interest? Okay, naatay keyword, mechanical device. Okay, clue na siya. That is the clue. Okay, the clue. So, asa the pizza, A, B, C, o D, ang naay mechanical device na familiar mo sa mechanical device. Mechanical device na mahawiran ninyo siya, makita ninyo siya, asa repeat ani? Ang naay mechanical device. Sige. A, B, C, or D? Oo. Very obvious, di ba? Repeat. Gun. Mura dyan na siya. Sometimes, maka-encounter mo ginana ang questions, no? Nga, wala mo kabalo sa answer. I have no idea what the answer is. But actually, na-ay clues sa inyong questions. Mechanical device. Repeat yung mechanical device. Gun. Gun. It is the only choice nga na ay mechanical device. So maybe this is the answer. But actually, this really is the answer. Gene gun technology. Ayan. So na-ay clues ha sa inyong question. So utilize that tip when you answer questions sa inyong mga multiple choice na mga exams in the future. Okay, let's go to number 3. Correct or wrong? Okay. Ako na magbasa. Okay. GMOs have no potential to become an invasive species that can cause extinction of other species in an area. Wala daw siya potential or dili daw siya maka-cause of extinction. Correct or wrong? Usa pa yung nag-answer, si Jocelyn pa. How about the others? Wala na? Wala na answer? Jocelyn na? Uy! Si answer sa uban. Wala na? Correct? Okay. So remember, ang GMO, a very good example of that is katong sa BT corn, no? Di ba ang BT corn, ang BT, the Bacillus thuringiensis toxin, the BT toxin, kills your Asian borers. Now, of course, if daghan kaayo corn nga inana makapatay og Asian corn borer, eventually mga matay silang tanan. Mga matay silang tanan. So, tanawa gali ang question. Have no potential to become an invasive species that can cause extinction. Di daw siya maka-cause of extinction ang GMO. It doesn't? It does. Okay? So this is wrong. Okay? This is wrong. It has the potential. It has the potential to cause extinction. Always remember that, ha? This is one of the cons, Jude. This is one of the bad things about what do you call this? About genetic engineering. One siyang, and the use of GMOs. One siyang one of the bad things. Daghan ka siya benefits, but sa overall, when you look at the bigger picture, Jude, sa mga organisms, sa biosphere nato, no, sa biology mismo sa Earth, maka-cause yun siya og extinction. All right? So that concludes our topic for this morning. Are there any questions? So if you have any questions, again, you can PM me through Messenger. You can chat here. Last ako ng instruction before I let you go, no, okay, we will not see each other next week from Monday to Thursday. I'll be assigning your quiz, ha? And please do start answering na your minor PT, your activity sheets. Because you can answer naman activity sheet 1 to 3. No? So, I'll also post the videos na inyong i-watch for activity sheets 3 and 4. So, pwede ninyo na ma-watch sa YouTube. Pwede na siya ma-watch. Alright, so that is it for this morning. If you have no more questions, pa-heart emoji B, if po pa, alive pa ba ta? Alive pa ba ang ABM? Charing. ABM 6, 7, and 10. Pak, alive pa daw sila, we. Alive pa daw sila. Alright, so that is it for this morning. Salamat kayo for coming to our makeup class. I know na kuan mo, dakan mo mag-activities, no? So, salamat kayo, and please to answer the quizzes that I'll be assigning you later on. You can answer that within the weekend. You can also answer that next week. Kamu bahala, no? So, for short quiz number, for animal reproduction, you have until the weekend, and for genetic engineering, you have until next week. All right, so that is it. Thank you very much for coming, and I'll see you again on November 3rd. That is on Friday next week. Goodbye, ABM 3, 7, and 10. 6, 7, and 10. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, ma'am.